continue with our explanation. So now we come to the next topic, that is alternative arrangement for sewage disposal. Okay, how can you dispose the sewage properly? Okay, so to improve sanitation, low cost on-site sewage disposal systems are being encouraged. Examples are septic tanks, chemical toilets, composting pits. So all of you are familiar with composting pits, isn't it? That means you dig the soil in your house and you can throw all kinds of biodegradable waste there. Okay, and you cover it. So after you cover it, after 1 or 2 weeks, you will see it will be converted into manure. Okay, so that is composting pit. Septic tanks and chemical toilets are also ways by which you can improve sanitation. Okay, septic tanks are suitable for places where there is no sewerage system, for hospitals, isolated buildings, or a cluster of 4 to 5 houses. Okay, suppose there is no sewerage or proper drainage system, there you can construct a septic tank. Okay, it is suitable for hospitals also. Okay, so the hospitals, they will have their own septic tanks so that everything is not thrown into the drain. Okay, then you have isolated buildings. Suppose you have a building far away from the main city. Okay, their proper drainage system is not there. There also you can have septic tanks, or for a cluster of 4 to 5 houses. That means you have 4 to 5 houses together in one place. There also a common septic tank can be used. Okay. Some organizations offer hygienic on-site human disposal technology, waste disposal technology. These toilets do not require scavenging. Excreta from the toilet seats flow through covered drains into a biogas plant. Okay, so these chemical toilets or septic tanks, what happens? Excreta from the toilets, they will directly go into a big plant or a big industry, that is the biogas plant, where biogas is generated from the excreta. The biogas produced is used as a source of energy. Okay, so these septic tanks, these are huge tanks where from the toilets directly the waste goes into the biogas plant. Okay, and from the biogas plant it can be used to generate energy. It can be used as a fuel to make electricity. Okay, you can use it anyway. Alright. Now sanitation at public places. In our country, fairs are organized periodically. So our country is very famous for organizing fairs, isn't it? You will see in many places, now and then there are fairs organized. A large number of people participate in them. In the same way, railway stations, bus depots, airports, hospitals are very busy places, isn't it? So fairs, when it is organized, the places, they become very busy. Railway stations, bus depots, airports, hospitals are always busy, isn't it? Thousands of people visit them daily. Large amount of waste is generated here. Okay, so in these places, there are large amount of waste or huge amount of waste that is generated. So it must be disposed of properly, otherwise epidemics can break out. Okay, so it is very, very important to dispose them properly. Since large amount of waste is generated, you should dispose them properly, because there can be chance of epidemics. Epidemics means what? When a disease occurs, okay, when there is a disease occurring and it occurs in a large scale. Okay, that means 100 people suppose are affected with the same disease, or 200 people affected with the same disease. That is called epidemics. Okay, the government has laid down certain standards of sanitation, but unfortunately they are not strictly enforced. In India, the rules are not very strict. That is why we are suffering from so many diseases. Okay, because why so many unhygienic conditions are still prevailing in India? Because the rules are not very, very strict. Okay, so the rules have to be strictly enforced. Okay. However, all of us can contribute in maintaining sanitation at public places. Okay, we can contribute. Okay, we can, contribute to maintain sanitation. We have to be more, you can say, aware. Okay, we should not depend on others. Okay, we are like, suppose you can see some person, eating a packet of chips and throwing it on the ground. You will do the same thing, because we are least bothered. We think that if we be clean, what is the use? If 100 people are dirty and only one person, I am clean, what is the use? Okay, so that should not be the scenario. You should not think that way. Okay, that means if you are aware, you can make 2 or 3 people aware. Okay, and they will in turn make the others aware. Okay, but if you go along with the flow, then no one will become aware at any point of time. Okay. We should not scatter litter anywhere. We should not throw things here and there. Make sure that you throw it in the proper place. If there is no dustbin in sight, we should carry the litter home and throw it in the dustbin. How many of you do this? How many of us do this? Very less, isn't it? Suppose you have eaten a packet of chips, you cannot find dustbin anywhere on the road. Do we take the packet of chip and throw it at our homes? We do, but very less people do that way. Okay, because maximum people, they will see. If no one is looking, they will throw the packet of chips on the road. That should not be the case. Okay. So conclusion, we have a role to play in keeping our environment clean and healthy. You must realize your responsibility in maintaining water sources at the healthy state. Okay. So remember, each of us have a role to play in keeping our environment clean, in keeping our environment healthy. We should realize that we have a huge responsibility in maintaining our water sources. Water sources means our rivers, our seas, our streams, okay, at a healthy state. If the water sources are at the healthy state, then definitely we will get clean water. If the water sources are unhealthy, whether it is groundwater or surface water, we will never get clean water. Okay, that should be remembered. So adopting good sanitation practices should be our way of life. Okay, we should adopt good sanitation practices. You should not excrete here and there. Make sure you excrete only in the toilets, and you have to clean the toilet after you have finished your job. Okay. As an agent of change, your individual initiative will make a great difference. Individually, if we contribute, it will make a huge difference. Never think that only I am doing, no one else is doing. Don't think that way. Okay. Influence others with your energy, ideas and optimism. Optimism means positivity. Okay. You should always have an impact on others. You should create positive energy. You should make others positive with your own deeds. Okay. A lot can be done if people work together. Okay. So if you start, you can make a group and you can work together in creating awareness. Okay. There is great power in collective action. Okay, so never think that only I will do, I will not make others aware. No. Okay, so if you have a group of 10, 12 people, your work will be more better compared to if you are doing it alone. Okay, so a great power is there in collective action. Now, Mahatma Gandhi said, no one need to wait for anyone else to adopt a human and enlightened course of action. Okay, so Mahatma Gandhi very rightly said that you should not wait for anyone else to do a good deed. To adopt a human enlightened course of action means to do a good deed. You should not wait for others. Okay, that this person is not doing, why should I do? No. Okay, you start and then others will follow you. Okay, so this is a very, very good saying by Mahatma Gandhi. So with this, we complete the explanation of this chapter. Okay, so this chapter is over. So we'll do the question answers. I hope you have understood. So if you haven't understood, please clarify your doubts whenever it is asked. Okay, and please see the YouTube videos, whatever I give you, for your better understanding. So thank you all of you and have a nice day.